Good evening. Okay. It's not even evening, it's like gone past 10 p.m. I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do 3 of these tonight. The Elemental Goddess Oracle. Yeah. I'm gonna put 3 cards. Read the meaning and see how it applies to us. Sorry for the chewing. So, I put some frankincense in there, just crumpled some of it into like a little offering. Okay, so thank you cards for, that's not the right way to start. Thank you spirit guides, angels, ancestors, for watching over myself as I do the reading, and also the guides who are watching over the people that this reading is intended for. May no ill harm come to anyone involved. This is reading is done with love, light, and pure intentions. As we ask for guidance for the rest of this week. Thank you. The first card already came out, and I love this card, but it's so me. Big titty girl. Big titty girl. I don't know if you can tell, but the first time I shuffled these cards and what's it called? I'd done a reading for myself, like off camera. It was literally the first time I read the cards with this deck for myself, and this card came out. There was 3 cards, so it was a different one. I can't remember which one it was now. And this was the second card. And there's reasons as to why I remember it, but the message behind it was really nice. It's basically like, love the skin you're in, or something like that. But we'll be reading it again anyway. But yeah, I just find it funny that it's come out again a second time. Okay, so now I've got this card, which is Goddess of Moving Between again. Oh, okay. So this one, actually, I forgot to say that it's Goddess of Truest Self. We've got Goddess of Truest Self, Goddess of Moving Between, and the last one for this week, please. Spirits, gods, goddesses, guides, source, eternal source. Oh, it's this one. I swear I had this. Oh no, I never. She just looks. Or did I? I've done so many readings. I don't even remember what I've had. So now I've got. Yes, I did. I think the same 3 cards have come out for myself. No, the same ones that I did for myself on the first day that I got these cards. Yeah, because it's the Goddess of Womb Essence, and it's about, if I remember correctly, I think it was about basically embracing periods. I actually do have a lot of trauma around that. So I actually think that this spread is for me. Yeah, I suppose because no one's watching my channel, which I'm completely fine about. I literally just started this because I didn't want to do it on the other stream that's really popular and everyone I know uses it. This is more like a hush hush personal thing. Only a few selected people know about this channel. So yeah, it does make sense actually that if I'm calling out to the gods, goddesses, source and whatever, like if they're hearing me, I'm getting the same cards, and I literally am getting the same 3 cards. And I remember this card actually because I remember saying that it looks like there's a lion there. Anyway, yeah, let's read it. But it means that the message is still the same. The message is still the same, even though you don't know what the message was, if anybody is watching this for the first time, because like I said, I did it off camera and nobody watches this, so I can say whatever I like. Anyway, page 40, it's not page 45, no, the card is 45, right. And you're underwater. Water. Goddess of True Self, 211. 211. Okay. So, here we go. Can you see her? Can you see this badass? So, I have got, I'll actually say all of it because I skip parts. So the Chinese element of this card is water and the Western element is ether. The keywords are creative insecurity, sexual insecurity, and self-respect. Now the meaning. This is the goddess at the meeting of water and spirit. She is here to tell you that you are perfectly you and that you are here for a reason. You have purpose, meaning, and power, and you have a responsibility to yourself to find what makes you tick, what makes you happy, and what you bring to the world. You are powerful in every sphere of your life to affect the change that you need to bring yourself into full and blazing oneness with, one second, turning the page, with self. Okay. With purpose, with the very energy of the universe. You are a creative being. You can problem solve. You can think outside the box, carve out your path and blaze your own trail, not trial. We don't need any trials blazing, but trails, yes. This doesn't necessarily mean fame or money or adulation. Adulation. It just means living consciously and opening yourself to the wonder of the world and the wonder of being you. Your power also relates to your feminine force. You have total ownership of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. As it relates to your sexual power, you can have the orgasms you want, and you can enjoy sexual expression that lights up your being and your life. So get freaky, get loving yourself, get believing in yourself. Oh yeah, to be honest, I do need to do all these things, especially the get freaky part. So anyway, it's also saying what the acupuncture points are. Let me just take off my glasses. It is here. So touch the oh my god, let me put my glasses back on. It says it's basically where my glasses are, right there. Touch the acupoints, breathe in deeply, bring your attention into your root, your seat bones, your pubis. Feel the energy there. So as you do that, okay, as you press that point. Oh, that actually does feel really good. It may have a temperature, movement, even a sound. Give it a colour if it doesn't have one already. A ruby red. Now move that energy upward into your belly. It may change colour, movement, frequency, sound, temperature as it heals and opens. Feel it swirling into the space for a moment and gather more as you move it upward to just under your ribs, where you can feel it as you breathe. It changes again. Colour, sounds, vibrations, temperatures. Breathe it up into your chest and allow it to fill your lungs with liberation and joy as it changes again. It comes into your heart and washes it, opens it, holds it in pure love. What colour is it now? What temperature? As you breathe in and out, feel it moving into your throat. Allow it to open your throat, to free your voice to sing your song. This is very sexual. Feel that now as it changes again. A new colour, a new joyful energy. Now let it move up your neck, loosening any tension in your shoulders, neck and face as it washes up into your head. It comes into your mouth, loosening your tongue, softening your jaw muscles. It comes into your nose, allowing for new scents to intrigue you and free flow of air and ideas. This is definitely schmeptual. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're embracing it. What colour is it now? It moves further up into your brain, opening your body-mind connection and bringing to your awareness your potential and gifts. Feel it under your fingers as you hold the point as it comes into your eyes, opening them to new possibilities and wonders. It washes up over your third eye, cleansing it, and it opens it to the mysteries and the oneness of all things. It moves all the way up to the top of your skull and connects with the universe as you open yourself to you, to your own power, your own force, your own beauty. Now, allow it to flood through your entire being, from toes to fingertips, to the ends of your hair. It becomes brighter, incandescent, as it permeates every level of your being. Know that this is you, perfectly, beautifully, uniquely you, and that you are one with all the multiverse, not just the universe, honey. Now, bring this joy and light into your present moment and know that you can connect with your pure spirit anytime you need in the future. And this is the affirmation. I sing my song for me and for the world. I am one with wonder. I am eternal, and I am free. That is beautiful, very beautiful. And it's actually the last card. So if you do watch this back and you listen to me reading it, just remember that you're holding this part. We're not holding, like you're pressing it in, right? And you just close your eyes and you feel it starting from where you are seated. So that's the first one. And I think I'm actually going to do it myself. Probably, if not tonight, tomorrow night. But yeah. Now, the next card is Goddess of Moving Between. And I know we've had this card before. I'm thinking that it may even have come up in a reading that I did record. So, you are word, let's find you. Where are you? Okay. Goddess of Moving Between, page 62. Okay. Look at her. She is also beautiful, is she not? She is. And I'm surprised that this card isn't card of fire, because I feel like myself, I feel like the lion is always represented with the fire element, right? And it always represents like strength and light and courage. That's what I get when I look at this card. Anyway, let's read her. So, I don't know if I've said this, so I'm going to repeat myself if I did. Apologies. So, Chinese element wood, Western element air. Okay, keyword, blame, attack, rising above, transformation. This goddess is here to talk to you about seeing the wood and the trees. When you are involved in a drama or conflict or recovering from one, it is very difficult to be able to make objective sense from the situation. We may feel attacked, we may feel blamed, or we may want to place blame on others. While you are in it, it is often difficult to put your ego aside to find a solution. And sometimes you may need to defend yourself as stridently as you can. Protecting yourself is important, but it is also important to separate the issues so that you can find solutions. Yes, people should be accountable. And yes, if someone has done something heinous, you must protect yourself and others if you can. But if you can rise above, then the lessons become clear. What have you learned? How can you find ways to make yourself feel safer, and better? How can you find a balanced place to be? Even if a truly cruel act has occurred, if you focus on blame, you tie yourself to it and stay in attacked mode. And it keeps you in the trauma. Yes, I remember this card very vividly. It wasn't for me. It came up in the last reading I'd done. I introduced these cards. Remember, forgiveness isn't forgetting. It just frees you from carrying around hurt. Amen. Right, acupoints. So, it says here for healing qualities, liver 2 helps with sudden anger, irritability, tension, dizziness, and nosebleeds. And it says on your big toe, gently rub or hold. So, I don't know if you can. No, I'm not even going to. Can I? No, I'm not going to attempt it. Shall I? Okay, let's get the foot out. So, I think, I don't know if you can see, but it's like this here. Okay, that's liver 2. I mean, you can always Google it, right? Right. So it says, breathe deeply, relax, and bring your attention to the tissue that has caused disruption. Feel yourself rising out of the situation, above the players, including you. Remember, hear the words. Now feel yourself lifting up a little more. Imagine putting your ego aside and being totally impartial. What would it feel like if you forgave the hurt? See what this feels like now. Now that you have forgiven, which is never that easy, okay? So it might take a few tries. See and feel your emotional ties to the issue itself and say, I let go of an egoic attachment to this conflict, and allow those ties to fall away. Rise up even further. If there is anything you could have done differently to protect yourself or prevent this from happening, take heed for the future. Were there any actions of your own that you now know were not helpful? Now, what do both parties need for resolution? If you care for the person or they are a part of your life, what do they need? Or if they are not important to you, how can you avoid this conflict again? And what does it cost to keep yourself mired, I think it's pronounced, in the drama? Does their position have any validity? And if so, what could you compromise on if needed? How can you get past this and find balance? I always have a bit of a problem when it comes to this kind of advice, because sometimes you don't have to find compromise with people, and at the same time, sometimes it's very hard to avoid conflict. Sometimes it's okay to face it as needs be, and learn from it that way. It depends. Context is always needed. So, I don't believe that you can just quickly heal it by pressing on a certain pressure point and saying a sentence and letting it melt away. But, you know, I do think there's something very healing in forgiving either yourself and maybe like saying, right, I see what you've done, I understand why you've done it. I don't want to carry this pain with me anymore, but I don't want you to be a part of my life. Or you can be like, well, I understand everyone makes a mistake. I too have made mistakes. I am willing to forgive you. And if you've hurt them, you can always ask them for forgiveness. So I think context is always needed. But I think it's very naive to just think that you can go about it in this way. I feel like life doesn't work out like that, and it's not so much of a fairy tale. Could I be wrong? Of course, because this is my own opinion. But I do believe everything in life, and every person in life teaches you some sort of lesson, okay? Whether it's good or bad, or as this says, in between. Sometimes we do also have to have, I don't like the word accountability because it's thrown away too often, especially in the corporate world. So I don't really like using that word the same way I don't like using the word safe space. Just because of how it's used today, where it can kind of feel like you can be, that you're being contradicted, or that's how I perceive it myself. But there's different ways to forgive. There's different ways to move on. How you decide to do it is down to you and you alone. Sometimes it can be less about forgiveness and more about acceptance. Sometimes, like, a person can hurt you so much that you don't want to forgive them, and you're yet to go through the stages of grief, because I think personally that's what happens when someone you once loved or maybe had appreciation for hurts you. And then you need to go through those stages of grief and let them go, depending again on the situation. If it's someone that you don't know, maybe it could be a work colleague or something, and you don't really have a deep connection or anything like that, it's strictly business, then you'll never be able to really avoid them, and sometimes people bring conflict to you, and the only control that you kind of have is just how you decide to handle it. If you decide to handle it, and we react to things without thinking. We can't always think in a logical sense because we are emotional beings, right? So you can feel what you're feeling, take a moment, and then if needs be, you can then choose the most appropriate way for you to react, as long as it's something that doesn't hinder you in any way, basically. So as much as I love this message because it's all about positive insight, I do have a problem though. I'm finding this actually a lot with these books. Like, I like the underlying meaning, but I feel like I prefer having the keywords itself than what the card represents itself, because I would represent it the way it's been the way it's been drawn, whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, I can appreciate the artwork behind it, right? But, right, the advice is a little bit too nonchalant for me. And there's not, I mean, it's hard for it to have depth when it's so general. And I'm not saying that it's completely wrong. I do believe, though, that it's unrealistic to life. And the message with this, in this specific book, can actually be quite harmful, in my opinion. Because sometimes you can't just avoid, or you can't just say I forgive you. It's just not a black and white situation. But anyway, my little rant is over. I think you get what I mean. I'm going to continue reading this though, regardless. Okay. So where was I? I'm going to start from, does the position, okay, so does the position have any validity, and if so, what could you compromise on if needed? How can you get past this and find balance, which is legitimate? When you have gained insight, rub the points on your big toe and consider this as you come back into here and now. Transformation happens when we use lessons learned from the past hurts. Well done. And the affirmation for this is, I look past the turmoil to the solutions beneath them. I am balanced. But again, maybe because I am studying to become a therapist, not everything needs to find a solution that is called fixing. I am learning this. I am actively learning this, okay? This is something that as a therapist, people like who go through this training have to unlearn. So that's why I have a problem with this type of thinking. It's not the motive behind it, but it's not so simple, right? But it doesn't mean though that you can't find ways to move on from your past hurts in ways that are helpful and beneficial to your life, if that's what you need to do. And if you need to cut some people out, and you can, do it. If you can't, then yes, think, okay, how can I work around like being around you without it triggering me so much? Yes, I can't control how you will treat me, but I'm going to work on the things that you do that trigger me so they no longer have as much effect on me and on my life. Anyway, moving on. This is the Goddess of Womb Essence. Okay. This was the first card actually that fell out for me, and when I'd done my own personal reading, I felt like she winked at me, like I saw a cheeky wink, and then this card came out afterwards. I wish I took a picture of it because I can't remember what the third card was. Anyway, so let's find her. Okay, she's Underwood. Page 30. Okay. Right, can you see her? Yeah. So, her Chinese element is wood, and the Western element earth. Keywords are empathy, harmony, jubilance, life. How do you feel about your womb space, about your cycle? How did you learn about your body and how it moves with the rhythms of the moon and the tides? This goddess comes to us to speak of the womb, about how our lives are entwined in it, about how, as animals, we are part of the living whole. We stay with the heartbeat of the world. We pulse with our own in an ebb and flow. Perhaps your body hasn't been in harmony with this rhythm. Perhaps you have been trained to disdain or resent your flow, to see it as a burden, or that you have to whisper about it and call by other names. This goddess comes to you as a reminder that you are animal, that your body flows and ebbs, and that you are a wondrous, jubilant and precious part of the whole. Your body is a blessing, and its waters and its blood will answer the sacred rhythm of the tides. And if your body does not flow as expected, release any shame or burden around that also, so that your body may ebb and flow in harmony with the tides too. And with harmony comes empathy, the love of all things in their pure form. So for acupuncture, the healing qualities is liver 5, helps heal the, what is it called? Genitourinary? I don't know what that word is, it's a big word. Problems. And spleen 8, helps with edema and regulates menstruation and loose stool. Okay, so these are the instructions. Is it going to show us what it is? Okay, is it? I don't know if it's the inner or outer leg, but it's on like, I'm not going to do this again, it's on the calf basically. Let's just read it. So, from 7 finger widths above the inner ankle, 2 4-finger widths below the inner kneecap, gently stroke, lift the hands and go back to the lower point. Do not stroke down. And then it has a picture of the points. Okay. That's liver 5. That's spleen 8. So, practice. Sit comfortably with your hands resting on the lower acupoints above the ankles. This release is in the trees. Imagine yourself in a forest. Breathe in the wildness. Smell the trees, the moss, the mushrooms. Smell the sap. Feel the bark of trees, the leaves beneath your feet. Hear the sounds of the forest, the birds, the whisper of the wind. Maybe a trickling brook. How alive and wondrous are the rhythms of nature. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, the tides. Sway as you breathe that and absorb the wonder of the oneness of nature, with you inside it, within it, one with it. You are animal. Feel yourself allowing your body to come into total harmony with that pulse now. It feeds you, nourishes you, beats with your heart. Feel your womb space now, the dark and deep yin within your body, the heart shape that gives an offering to the tides with you or without you. She knows. Come inside it now. Feel yourself curled into that space, warm and alive and in harmony. And now, while you are there, bless this place. Feel love and acceptance and empathy radiating out. Now, stroke up to your knees, and as you do, feel that love radiating up as you come into jubilant and ecstatic harmony with the goddess within you. Let her gifts open up your womb space for love as you continue to stroke up, upwards only. And then, when you feel ready, allow yourself to find the exit. It is right there. Feel it on your crown chakra, the top of your head. Push. And as you push, feel yourself come slippery and naked and wild once more, through the veil of your body into the world again, harmonious and jubilant and alive. I think this was something very sexual again. It may be about exploring the body and female anatomy. That's what I get from reading this. Anyway, affirmation. Let's bring her up. I am wild and free, and I live in harmony with all nature. My body beats in time with the heartbeat of the world. Okay, so that is it for tonight's reading. Yeah, let's put them together. So, I think this is about, right, when I see them all together. loving the body that you are in and also yourself. So it both inside and out, and exploring that, what it looks like. Unconditional love. Exploring and the female parts to yourself, especially the most intimate parts, and letting yourself go into that space. No holding back from ecstasy. And then this is basically saying, not only do you need to love yourself, but figure out how you're going to move about in a world that may be difficult for you. Heal from your past. Forgive where you can. Best thing is to move forward for yourself. And I had something else come to mind, but it slipped away. I can't remember, but I probably said it already anyway at some point during the reading. So there is a theme, there is a pattern to the cards that came out. It does echo from the same lessons as last week. So yeah, or was it last week or a couple of days ago? So that means that the meaning is still relevant. I won't do this again until a week's time, so it will be next Tuesday. No, it's Monday today. It'll be next Monday. Right. I don't want any more cards to come out. So yeah, right. Tomorrow I will be picking from, oh my gosh, oh, she wants to come out. She just flipped over. Number 22. 22. I think that number has significance. Goddess of supreme unity, nourish body and spirit. And it's an earthbound card. Okay. So, she has something to say, but we won't get into that today. Maybe I'll read it tomorrow if I remember. But yeah, it's the Angel and Ancestors deck tomorrow. Let's see what advice they have. I will do 3 cards from there. Yeah, anyway, blessed be, good night, and thank you for watching, if you got through all of this.